Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm super excited to have you here today.
And I'm Julia. Hi, everyone. Today we have a really useful topic for all of you who want to improve your English vocabulary.
That's right. Have you ever learned new English words but then forgot them just a few days later? I know I have. It can be really frustrating.
Absolutely. That's why today we're going to show you smart ways to memorize new words so they stick in your memory longer and you can actually use them in your speaking and writing.
Yes, we'll cover techniques that are simple, practical, and even a bit fun. By the end of this podcast, you'll have a clear plan for learning words the smart way.
And don't worry, it's all beginner-friendly. We'll give examples, mini exercises, and tips you can start using right now.
So if you're ready, let's dive in and discover how to memorize new English words.
Let's go.
All right, Julia, before we jump into techniques, let's talk about why memorizing words the right way really matters.
Yes, many learners just try to memorize long word lists, but after a few days they forget almost everything.
Exactly. I remember when I tried learning 20 new words every day by just reading them once. A week later, I could barely recall half of them.
That happens to a lot of people. The problem isn't that you can't learn, it's that the method isn't effective. If we just read and repeat without understanding or using the words, our brain doesn't really store them long term.
Right. And when we forget words, it can feel discouraging. You might even stop learning new words because it feels like too much effort.
But the good news is, with smart methods, you can remember words much more easily and actually use them in conversation. That's what makes learning meaningful.
Yes. The goal is not just to memorize, but to be able to think, speak, and write with those words. That's why today's techniques are so powerful. They help your brain connect the word with meaning, context, and use.
And once you get the hang of this, learning becomes faster, easier, and even fun. You'll start noticing yourself remembering words naturally without force.
So, the first step is understanding why smart memorization matters, and then we can go step by step to make it happen.
Exactly. Let's move to the first technique, connecting words to meaning and context.
All right, Julia, let's jump into the first step, connecting words to meaning and context. Why is this so important?
Well, Jason, when you just memorize a word by itself like exhausted, it's easy to forget. But when you connect it to a sentence or a real situation, your brain remembers it much better.
Exactly. So instead of just writing exhausted equals very tired, you could think of a sentence like, I was exhausted after my morning run. That way, the word has a story.
Yes, and the story doesn't have to be complicated. Even small examples from your own life work perfectly. For example, if you learn the word delicious, you can say, "The cake my friend baked was delicious."
I like that. It's also helpful to connect the word with feelings or images. For exhausted, you can imagine yourself lying on the sofa after a long day. That mental image helps you remember.
Right, and beginners should try to use the word in a sentence immediately. Don't just memorize, it's about understanding and using it.
Exactly. And here's a tip. When learning 5 to 10 new words, try making a short story with them. That story will make your words stick naturally.
Yes, and it makes learning fun too. Suddenly, it's not boring flashcards. It's a story about your life, your experiences, or your imagination.
So the key takeaway for step 1, always connect the word to its meaning, a sentence, and a real-life context. That's how your brain remembers it longer.
Perfect. And next, we'll show you how using multiple senses can make memorizing even smarter.
All right, Julia. Now that we've learned how to connect words to meaning and context, what's the next step?
Step 2 is using multiple senses to remember. This means engaging your eyes, ears, and hands while learning. The more senses you use, the stronger your memory.
Exactly. For example, you can read a word aloud. Hearing yourself say it makes it easier to remember than just looking at it silently.
And don't stop there. Writing the word down is another great way. Your hand movement helps your brain remember the shape and spelling of the word.
Yes, and if possible, add a visual element too. For example, if you're learning the word sunset, you can look at a picture of a sunset while saying the word aloud and writing it down.
I love that. Beginners can also create flashcards with the word on one side and a picture or sentence on the other. Then, review them regularly.
Right. Here's a mini exercise for our listeners. Take the word gigantic. Say it aloud. Write it on a piece of paper and imagine a giant object, like a huge elephant. That combination will make it much easier to remember.
Exactly. Using multiple senses makes learning active, not passive. Your brain is more involved, so the word sticks.
So remember, see it, say it, write it, and imagine it. That's a simple but powerful technique.
Perfect. Next, we'll talk about spaced repetition, which takes your memory to the next level.
All right, Julia. Now that we've talked about connecting words to meaning and using multiple senses, what's the next secret to remembering words?
Step 3 is spaced repetition. This is a super powerful technique because it helps your brain store words in long-term memory instead of forgetting them after a few days.
Exactly. Instead of reviewing all your new words every day, spaced repetition means you review them at increasing intervals. For example, after 1 day, then 3 days, then 7 days, and so on.
Yes, and this works because your brain recalls the word just before it's about to forget it, which strengthens the memory.
Right. Many people think repetition is boring, but if you do it smartly, it's very efficient. You don't need to spend hours. You just need to review at the right time.
And there are many tools that make it easy. You can use apps like Anki or Quizlet or simply make a notebook and schedule your review.
Here's a simple example. Let's say you learned the word amazing today. Tomorrow, quickly review it. Then again after 3 days, then after a week. By the 3rd or 4th review, you'll remember it for months.
Exactly. And you can combine this with the techniques we already talked about, reading aloud, writing, and imagining the word, so it really sticks.
So the key takeaway: don't just cram words. Learn them smartly, review them in spaced intervals, and you'll remember them for a long time.
Perfect. And now we'll move on to step 4, grouping words smartly to make learning even easier.
All right, Julia. Now that we've learned about spaced repetition, what's our next smart technique?
Step 4 is grouping words smartly. This means organizing new words into categories, themes, or situations so your brain can remember them more easily.
That makes sense. For example, instead of randomly learning words, you can group words about food, travel, work, or emotions.
Yes, when you need a word in a real conversation, your brain already knows the category. It's much faster to recall words that are connected.
Exactly. So, if you're at a restaurant and need words about food, you don't have to search your memory randomly. You've already grouped them.
Another tip is to group words by similar meaning or opposites. For example, happy, joyful, excited in one group, and sad, tired, bored in another. It helps with remembering and using them in sentences.
And here's a mini exercise. Pick 5 words you just learned and find a theme. Then make a simple sentence for each. That's grouping and using at the same time.
Exactly. Grouping words smartly is simple, but it makes your learning much faster and more organized.
Perfect. Next, we'll talk about one of the most important steps, using new words in your daily life. All right, Julia, we've grouped our words smartly, but the real challenge is using them. That's step 5, using new words in your daily life.
Exactly. Learning words is one thing, but if you don't use them, your brain might forget them. Using them in speaking, writing, or even thinking helps them stick.
For example, let's say you learned the word delighted. Don't just memorize it. Try saying, "I'm delighted to see my friend today," or write it in your journal.
Yes, and you can even practice in small ways, like thinking in English during your day. When you see something interesting, describe it to yourself using new words.
Another tip is to practice with friends or family. You can say, "I felt exhausted after my workout," instead of just repeating it silently. That makes it real.
Exactly. And even talking to yourself in English works. Describe what you're doing, how you feel, or what you see. Every word you use becomes stronger in your memory.
So the key here is action. Don't just memorize, use, speak, write, and think in English. The more you use a word, the more natural it becomes.
Yes! And by doing this every day, even for just a few minutes, you'll notice your vocabulary growing quickly without feeling overwhelmed.
Perfect. Next, we'll share some fun techniques that make memorizing words even more enjoyable. All right, Julia, we've talked about connecting words, using multiple senses, and practicing every day. But learning can get a little boring sometimes, right?
Exactly. That's why Step 6 is all about fun techniques to memorize words. Learning doesn't have to be dull. It can be creative and enjoyable.
One fun technique is using mnemonics. You can make funny or memorable associations with a word. For example, to remember gigantic, imagine a giant candy bar or a huge elephant. It sticks in your mind instantly.
Yes. Another tip is to create stories or songs with new words. Even a short, silly story helps your brain remember the words naturally.
You can also play memory games with yourself. Quiz yourself, match words with pictures, or even use apps that make it like a game. It's learning and fun at the same time.
And don't forget word associations. Connect a new word with something you already know. For example, link brilliant with the light of the sun or a clever idea.
The key takeaway here: when learning is fun, your brain wants to remember. So use mnemonics, stories, songs, and games. It makes memorizing new words much easier.
Exactly. And now, after all these techniques, it's important to know what mistakes to avoid when learning new words.
All right, Julia, now that we've shared smart and fun techniques, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when trying to memorize new words.
Yes, Jason, one big mistake is trying to memorize too many words at once. Some learners think they must learn 20 or 30 new words every day, but this often leads to forgetting most of them.
Exactly. Quality is always better than quantity. Learning 5 to 10 words properly is much more effective than cramming 30 words in one sitting.
Another mistake is learning words without understanding them. If you just memorize the word elated without knowing what it really means, or how to use it in a sentence, it won't stick.
Right. And one more common mistake is not reviewing words regularly. You can learn words today, but if you never practice them again, your brain will forget them quickly.
So the takeaway is simple. Learn a few words at a time, understand them fully, and review them often. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll remember words much more easily.
Exactly. Now that we know the right ways and the mistakes to avoid, let's talk about how to stay motivated and consistent with your learning. All right, Julia, we've covered techniques, fun methods, and common mistakes. Now let's talk about staying motivated, because learning words can take time.
Absolutely. Remember, it's normal to forget words at first. Don't get discouraged. Learning English is a journey, and every small step counts.
Exactly. Even practicing just a few words every day adds up. Your vocabulary will grow faster than you think.
And celebrate small wins. Did you remember a word correctly in a conversation? That's progress. Did you use a new word in writing? Another win.
Yes, motivation comes from seeing your progress. Stay consistent, practice daily, and enjoy the process of learning.
You've got this. Every word you learn brings you closer to speaking English confidently.
All right, Julia, let's quickly summarize what we learned today.
Sure. We talked about smart ways to memorize new words, connecting words to meaning and context, using multiple senses, practicing with spaced repetition, grouping words, using them daily, and even fun techniques like mnemonics and stories.
We also discussed common mistakes to avoid and the importance of staying motivated every day.
Exactly. The key is to learn smart, practice consistently, and enjoy the process.
So, here's your challenge. Pick a few new words today, use the techniques we shared, and try to use them in a sentence or conversation.
And don't forget, if you found this podcast helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who are learning English too.
Yes, and we'd love to hear from you. Comment below with your favorite new word and how you plan to use it.
Thanks for joining us, and keep learning smartly. See you in the next episode.